Make sure to like Caveman's Corner on Facebook and definitely click subscribe right now. You'll keep up to date with MMA news, you can hear our podcast, and see our funny videos. Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now! All right, I'm here with the soon-to-be millionaire, Patchy Mix. How you doing, Pat?
How you doing, bro? Doing
Good,
good.
man. I'm glad to have you back on Caveman's Corner. I miss you.
Yeah, it's been a while, right?
Yeah, I'm
Been a
sorry to
little
get
while.
to hang out with you when you're up in town.
Yeah, man. It's all right. I was up in town for like a couple weeks just recently.
Yeah, and I did a seminar. You and your girlfriend there. Is that okay to say on the air? Or...
Yeah, it's fine. Me and Tatiana, we did a seminar at WNY MMA, the gym I came from. So we just did something to give back to, the people around locally and just to basically train. We wanted to get a lot of people in the door.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I heard through the grapevine that Tatiana gave it to Anthony a little bit.
Yeah, she does well. She's good. She beats up on Anthony, but she's tough. She's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. How's it going through camp, a full time camp with a partner that is on the same page as you, doing the same things, like understands what's going on with you? Is it changing your training?
Yeah, just more so staying focused. It's easier to stay focused, obviously, having someone there with me. It's easier to stay doing the things I need to do to be disciplined, running and just bag work, drilling, just anything I need. Wrestling, drilling, anything, man. So it's good. Uh, it keeps me grounded and stuff, and then it's also good to, I'm not bored when I'm training, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like it's every man's dream, man. You get to train with your girlfriend, and like she understands what you're doing. That's a pretty cool way to come up. Like you guys are working together. It's a great. I think that's gonna
Yeah,
be great in your corner coming into these next fights, man.
yeah, it's good, but more so just, me, myself, I'm just staying focused, man, especially in the next couple fights. I have a big fight coming up, of course, so that's just all that's on my focus right now. I have 7.5 weeks till my next fight, and just trying to stay in the gym and, get better.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of money on your last fight. I bet the house that you're gonna submit him in the first round. I knew the way that the fight started out, you're gonna get your hands on Horiguchi. Like your
Yeah.
speed is so different. Like the first round, when people are with you, especially a guy that moves a lot like Horiguchi, they're gonna come right into you, and you're gonna be able to get your hands on him. And I knew you were gonna grab him. I knew you were gonna have his back in the first round. So, like, I bet the house that you're gonna get a first round finish.
Yeah, man, I tried. I wish I could have done it for you. I was
Yeah.
pretty close a couple times in the first round, but just minor adjustments, for some it'd be big changes in that fight. Just minor adjustments. I do believe I could finish him. Granted, maybe I still get the opportunity in the future, but it was a tough fight. He's very experienced. So it was hard to get underneath his chin.
For sure. But every time you got your hands on him, you just totally dominated him, and it was really good to see. And I kind of knew the fight was gonna go the way that it did. I thought he would. After you got your hands on him, I thought he'd really try and stay away from you because once you feel Pat Mix on the ground, man, you're like, man, I don't know if I want any more of that. And your stand up looked
Yeah,
much improved too. You were actually able to touch him up a little bit and get close to him a couple more times.
yeah. I cut him in one of the rounds too. I've been working a lot, man. This fight will be the biggest fight that I've ever had coming up. I think building off the Horiguchi fight's important. Like you said, I get to show a lot of new wrinkles in my game. I didn't show everything, but I worked extremely hard prior to that fight too. So I added to my stand-up game. I have many weapons that I use now that I didn't even have in my repertoire before, and I have them, to choose from now. I know what shots that I pick from, in my game right now that help me get closer to guys, help me hurt guys to the body, help me just do the damage I need to do. So I feel like coming out this next fight, he's not going to move as much as Horiguchi, so I'll be able to show more tools that I have.
Are you looking forward to going with someone that might actually want to grapple with you?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've been doing like just the workload, man. I've been training Monday through Friday and then again on Sunday. So this is my third week of camp, basically in my strict regimen of camp. Prior to this, I would just do as many days as I wanted to, and then if I got tired, I'd take a day off. But
Hmm.
right now, I'm sticking to my pad work on specific days, my wrestling, my sparring on specific days for the next whatever. I'm putting in basically a 10-week camp a very strict 10-week camp for him. So I feel like right now as I'm really peaking. I'm not peaking, but I'm getting better. I'm starting to see improvements in my game where I feel like my wrestling, my grappling, especially. So I think by 7 more weeks I'll be especially ready for him.
Yeah, definitely. I already thought you were one of the best grapplers in the world. Probably, I think you're the premier 35-pound grappler in MMA for sure. I mean, obviously, when you go into like ADCC, there's going to be arguments against that. But I mean, for sure, I think you're one of the best grapplers in MMA. Just the way you get there, get to position, and you dominate once you get into position.
Yeah, for MMA I'm a good grappler. ADCC is a whole different ball game, different rule set. But for my rule set, MMA is a different one as well. I could punch, knee, elbow, wrestle, and you have to do all those things hard and grapple hard. So when you mix them all together, I feel like I am one of the best in the world. I know I am actually one of the best in the world at grappling, if not, the top 3 in the world at my weight class. But I'm excited because Magomedov, he basically has won too. He's probably a top 10 grappler in the world too. He fought Peter Yan. He beat Peter Yan. He's got a very high level wins. He's got like 12 submissions, 13 submissions. It's more than me.
I'm very interested to see how this fight goes. The way that the brackets matched up, it's like perfect fights. Like you got pretty good strikers on one side and pretty good grapplers on the other side. Like this is a very exciting tournament, man. I can't believe how exciting it's been to watch.
It's a dream, man. It's a dream come true. Coming up through the younger circuit, obviously from Western New York MMA, from Buffalo in general, having to fight all these fights. I was 11-0 as an amateur. I'm 16-1 as a pro now. I was 27-1 altogether. That's 28 fights, shit ton of jiu-jitsu matches, kickboxing fight. I think just a lot of experience with all this stuff, and now I'm fighting for $1 million. And I feel like I've been. This is my opportunity, man. Like, I was born for this moment. This is my moment. Out of all the times I've ever been, granted a humongous opportunity through this fighting, because obviously I've had a lot of them. I fought in Hawaii, Madison Square Garden, California. I fought in all over the world. Japan, shit, for a world title, even for Bellator already. So, but this opportunity right here is like, $1 million. It's still shocking to me, and to be in the second leg of it is just, it's inspiring, man. It gets me up in the morning, and I'm extremely focused right now. Like, I think this is going to be the best version of me, because this is the most disciplined and the most training that I plan to be doing, before this fight, and I already know mentally that I'm capable of doing it, because I'm coming off a win over one of the best Japanese fighters there's ever been, Kyoji Horiguchi. He was 30 and he's 29-4 when I fought him.
Yeah, and now you got Magomedov. Like, there's a lot of M's and O's in his name, man. Do you have any apprehension going against one of these Russian guys? The Russians are so highly touted now.
Yeah, I love it, man. I like to test myself, man. Like I said, I'm super excited. I get a smile on my face thinking about it, honestly. I sparred a Ukraine dude from. He's from the Ultimate Fighter show. That's where he fights next week, and his name's Ludwig. He's fighting Johnny Munoz on the UFC card in 2 weeks, pardon. But yeah, like I fight all guys from all different places, man. So like I'm not scared of the Russian style either. Like I've trained with a lot of the Russian style. Oddly enough, because in Vegas there's a lot of Russian fighters, and then obviously I'm signed to Dominance, and even me and Tiger are signed under the same management company. So like me and him have even trained together. But I don't fear that. I think my style is a very funky style jiu-jitsu, and I've totally been rebranding my game. Like, people don't understand what I'm doing yet, or like how I'm doing it right now, but I've changed my game. Like, I'm a very heavy on top guy right now. I can pass guard well. I'm very high level at passing guard. I'm very high level with my ground game and like submissions, and staying just like different styles of like advancing in MMA right now. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be able to shine against him, actually.
I feel like
regardless of what, how many M's or O's he has in his name.
Yeah, like consonants and vowels don't matter when you get in a cage.
yeah, man. All that stuff don't matter. I don't mind where he's from.
Yeah.
But I know he's going to give me the reactions I need because he's a highly touted grappler himself. So I don't want a guy shelling up. I want a guy giving back, and then I could really show people what I'm capable of.
For sure. And this is going to be a guy that's going to really take it to you. His wrestling should be good, but you're actually higher ranked than him. Is this the first time in the tournament you've been higher ranked than a guy, right? Was Horiguchi ranked higher than you when you guys fought?
No, Horiguchi was ranked below me. He just didn't make the. He was the favorite on paper and shit, but for the rankings, I'm up there because my resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Horiguchi hasn't done work in Bellator. I'm 6-1 in Bellator with 5 finishes, so I've earned the rank. He just was coming off ACL surgery. He earned his rank by beating Darian Caldwell like years ago, and then he tore his ACL, so he
Yeah.
was actually out. But being out isn't his fault, Obviously, with such a knee injury, you have to do the proper steps to come back, which he did. And when he came back, he was winning the fight against Pettis, and he got knocked out. So they put him at like 5, which was justified. But
Yeah.
he wasn't 5. He's very good. I mean, I think his coming fights, he just won in Ryzen like 2 weeks ago. I mean, maybe not even that long, maybe a week ago. He just fought on the. It was in shit. Maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. Actually, he just fought in Japan and he won. He finished the guy, and he's still signed to Bellator. So I think maybe if he gets a highly touted fight like Archuleta or something like that, that'd be good for him.
Yeah, he came in like the betting favorite for sure, and that made us a lot of money in Buffalo because everyone bet on you for sure. There was a lot of happy people walking around Buffalo for you.
Yeah, man. I don't even pride myself off that one. That's one of my bigger accomplishments, but that's all in the past. Now I'm looking forward to this one right here. And Horiguchi, I kind of look like a weight bully in there. He needs to go down to 125 or something. I don't like I look like I'm towering over the guy. I'm just like cat and mouse. That fight was fun, but I didn't feel like I was in danger or nothing. Like, he kicked me a couple times, and like my eye was split going into it. Well, not going into it, but I split it in camp, so it was like tender. So I knew it was gonna split during the fight. So like he didn't really hit me or kind of like fuck me up, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
just kind of like kicked and ran. It was more me getting pissed off and like, I gotta calm myself, because I got a really good chin and I'm a fighter at heart, So I'm trying to make it known to the fans and the people who's winning. I don't want to do this karate match where you tap tap tap, then they go, then I go, then I'm
Yeah.
trying to dominate. So if I can't get a hold of a guy and he's running away, chances are I'm gonna get frustrated. But I learned from chasing an Archuleta and going against Horiguchi. But this next fight right here, I think like he plots a lot and he thinks he's got a very wide array of striking shots. From spinning back kicks to spinning back fists to heaps to kicks to the body. He's very he's very similar to his training partner and cornerman of Zabit.
Hmm. Going in, you get some work with Aljo in there too. Aljamain Sterling, for those who don't know. So, do you feel like your grappling is going to be really extra on point? I mean, there's probably the best 235ers in the world getting to train together.
No, that's not going to be why my grappling is going to be on point. And I'm probably the best grappler, I think, in the world, at 35 anyways. But that's not why. I just train with him. He's good too. And he's good, but I don't do all my work with him,
Yeah.
I do some rounds. Did some rounds with him, but I can't really take it from my fight because it's 8 weeks out. I'm not thinking about what I did 2 months ago with Aljo. I'm thinking like as I get closer to the fight, like the sequences and the drills that I'm going to be doing are going to tie me into them. The biggest thing for my grappling right now is going to be working. My coach is at my house right now, actually. His name, Harry St. Ledger. He's a black Penzo Gracie black belt. He's a judo black belt. So, like, Magomedov's, like, infamous for going upper body, wrestling to body locks, hips, and stuff like that. So I'm going to be extra on point with that shit right there,
Hmm.
Like, my upper body wrestling, my wrestling in general, my grappling to being a hybrid, like, the ups and downs of grappling, not just like being a jiu-jitsu player. I'm trying to be a very good elite wrestler with elite level grappling and submission threats against this guy, because he is so dangerous. A guy like him, you have to get him out of there. I'm not trying to play, I'm not trying to play no 25-minute decision fight. I'm trying to put him away.
I gotta say, even though you're highly touted as a grappler, I think you're not really. People don't give you enough like respect for the level of ground and pound that you have too. You do a lot of damage really quick with your elbows on the ground, And I think that's gonna play a little bit of a factor in this fight too. I think you're gonna end up cutting him a little bit for sure.
Yeah, it's all about letting it go, man. That's the hardest part, I think, in like the fighting. I control so well, and guys shell up so much that like I never create the space I need to drop a fishing grab. I mean, fishing ground and pound. That I need to do like very big damage to. Like I control so much that I make them look away, and I shoulder pressure so hard. I never create the space to land those big elbows or those shots. Normally, I shoulder pressure. They limp their arm through. I take the back. I advance position, and I cut through like what I mean, to get my choke. So this one here, I'm thinking if he gives me the better reactions, he'll create the space I need to then show off the ground and pound I've been working.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna shell up as much as the other people that you fought. He seems like that very Russian style, like trying to get up, protect the neck. But
Yeah, he's not gonna shell up. He's not a little bitch. Like some of these guys shell up and they just try to survive till the end of the round. Then they're like, okay, I'll try to win the next round. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna try to get up, because if they try to get up, normally they get submitted or they make a mistake.
well, going into a fight with you, that's what I would try and do. Like if you got my back, I'm not gonna try and get up because you're gonna finish me. I would just wait to try and stand back up. I mean that's really the
Yeah,
best
but a
strategy
guy
to
like
fight
me,
you.
man, like a guy like me could take your back every round, and then you're stuck going home a long ass flight thinking, damn, he took my back the whole time.
Yeah.
And now, what I mean? That sucked. At least if you try, like, who knows? Like, I'd rather always try than go home and wish I hadn't. I don't know how to explain it. Like, shelling up, that's not the way. You have to use the proper defenses to get up, and even though it's harder even though it's harder and you might take a risk, I think that's a better advancement.
I
To get out, to
I
try
think
to
so
get
too.
out.
That's why you submit me every time we roll. I always try and get up.
Yeah, see, you're working, man. Eventually, that shit don't happen, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking in my head. But he's gonna be trying to get out, and he's a motherfucker. This guy's 19-2. He beat Peter Yan. He had a fight with the interim champion Rufian Stotts. Very close fight. It was on his back, 2 rounds to 1. If there was 30 more seconds in that fight, he might have finished him. Who knows? This guy is good, and I don't underestimate him at all. He's a freaking stone cold killer, and I'm excited. I'm excited to. There's nothing like it when you get to you have a date, you have a time. Basically, the crowd's there just for everyone else's entertainment. But man, this is live. You can't fake it. You know what I mean? Like people, if unless you've done it, you can't really understand what it's like. And there's gonna be a day where, fuck, we're not gonna have no t-shirts on. We're gonna fucking be in, fight shorts, whatever, and we're gonna no shoes on. You're gonna feel that canvas. Obviously, it's gonna feel different. All these cameras are gonna be in your face. You're gonna have to go fight this dude. He's one of the best in the world. Shit, I believe full heartedly. I am, if not the best, one of the best in the world, and it's gonna be a fight. So I'm excited about it, man. I know I got a date with Destiny. I got a date with this guy, so it's like, you know, you know, it's a weird way to prepare for it, but there's a lot on the line. Obviously, there's $1 million on the line. So
You're
it's
one of
about
the
making.
I was gonna
Go
say
on.
you're one of the biggest 135 pounders I've ever seen. You're just giant and jacked, and coming into this fight, you're more cut than I've ever seen. You're like still a long way out of the fight. I've seen pictures of you. I've seen training of you. You look really cut up right now. Are you getting into PI at all, or what's going on? What's going on with your weight, your nutrition? You seem like a different fighter, like just size wise, for the last two.
What do I look like? You think I'm different size wise? What do you
You
mean?
you look like thick and you look cut. Normally you're just thick right now. Like you always look big, but you're looking really cut right now too. Like you're looking leaner, but still big at the same time. You look like
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't know, man. I think I just am, like, obviously I'm getting a little bigger. I'm walking a couple pounds heavier right now, but yesterday I think I'm like 60ish.
yeah.
Like leave, like anywhere from 58 to 60ish leaving right now. But I'm still 7.5 weeks out, 8 weeks. So I'm looking at it like that. I'm coming down every day. So I think just because I'm training so much, like I said, I've been training even before these last 3 weeks hard. I've been training just, you know, kind of trying to dial it back because my coaches are telling me not to peak too early. You don't want to get hurt, Pat.
For sure, you got
So
like the 2 week out abs with the 7 week out like shoulders and arms and shit. Like you look really good.
yeah, yeah, man, I'll be good, man. This one's gonna be, like I said, my best showing. I think it's just because all the grappling I'm doing, I'm getting stronger, and I don't know, man. I guess I'm working so much. I think I'll come down. I guess as my diet continues, I'll keep coming down, and then I'm not lifting any weights right now, or I'm not really doing strength and conditioning anymore. So I'll
Damn,
just yeah. So I'll be like,
that's crazy. You're that big naturally.
yeah, it'll all be like craft work.
Yeah, I guess wrestling's the way to do it, man.
Not just
There's.
naturally. I do strength and conditioning out here stuff too. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not just like walking around there and you know,
Mhm.
like I do strength and conditioning, and then I also like grapple like probably 40, 50 rounds a week. So
Yeah,
I'm always like,
that's a
my
lot of
arms are
work
always like blown out.
for sure.
Yeah.
Are you getting into the UFC PI at all? I know, like, you talked about going in there last time. How cool it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I'm there every day, bro. I go there. My girl does PT every day, so I drop her off at training or like we eat. I mean, she eats at the cafeteria every day, and I try to have lunch with her every day. So throughout my day, I'll go over there and stop, have lunch with her, help her with some drills, maybe. Maybe I'll maybe hop in the sauna sometimes. Or, you know what I mean? Not often, but
Yeah.
like not often with the sauna there. But I normally go to the 24-hour fitness out here. There, they have like I like to do my sprints and sauna work and shit outside of there. I don't like the common interest of being in the PI or the PI sauna. If you know about Vegas and stuff, the PI sauna and it's attached to like the steam room and the hot tub and the cold plunge. And like a lot of the fighters from out here, they go there every day. So there'll be like 20, 30 fighters over there. I try to like stay out of there just because I don't know. I don't like running into my opponent's teams and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about. I thought, for some reason, I thought like the times were scheduled over there. Like they wouldn't let you guys like be in the same place at the same time.
Oh no, no, it's like high school. Like yeah, yeah. Like you see everybody, man. You see everybody every day. Like, um, you schedule time. There's only one training room, so you gotta think it's about as big as like Western New York MMA.
Hmm.
Like, not the training facility itself, not the actual PI. I'm saying where you train. There's only one area,
Yeah.
so it's like upstairs. And it's as big as WNY MMA. So if anyone else is training in that large area, you're probably gonna see them. And then those are the times that you schedule. Like, okay, if we want to go upstairs and train, and you could have up to 20 people, probably 30 people training up there at once. So like downstairs, they have the sauna, steam room, cold plunge. That's humongous. Fits like 15, and hot tub fits like 15. So like a lot of times after we all spar, we'll go over there and we'll all do our recovery together. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's open at all times. So like I have friends from like Syndicate and just all these like people that come into town that fight on the weekends. They all fight on these UFC cards. I'll probably be with them throughout the week. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, I'll be doing my recovery and they'll be cutting weight or something.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad I learned something new about the PI. I really thought it was a little bit more regulated, so they don't have any like situations where you got guys going after each other.
No, man, it's fucking crazy. Shit. Me and Ludwig, he fought on the Ultimate Fighter. Like I said, he's fighting on the UFC thing. He's from Ukraine, and me and him had some miscommunication today, and we were sparring 5 rounds. I almost had to kick his ass. I don't even know. Got all mad at me and stuff. Started punching me all hard and grappling. I don't know. It's crazy, man. And I'm very controlled training partner, but I had to give him a hard one. But it was funny, man. It was all in good love. We shook hands at the end, but damn, it got intense. I'm just thinking that the PI is funny, man. It's cool. And then to think like the cafeteria, you know, like a lot of the fighters, that's where they would eat because I think they eat for free there. But they have like cheap food and stuff. So we might pop over there, eat some food with the team or whoever else is out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then see Francis Ngannou eating every day. I mean, I see all these guys every day, man. I'm surrounded by um, like a lot of high level fighters. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. But I have like images of a prison fight breaking out in the cafeteria.
Yeah, they're cool, man. Everyone's cool. Everyone's laid back. Like Paulo Costa's funny. I got to train with him a couple months ago. Just like right on the mat, right with him. He was funny. I got to go to Justin Gaethje's house for like a couple weeks to help him out for that Francis and Ngannou fight.
Uh huh.
That was a cool little thing I did. I've been so exposed being out here in Vegas, like so much different than Jackson Wink. I wish I almost did it earlier because now I'm like, I get to see all these champions, not just one. I get to see all these different teams and champions and be exposed to so much stuff. Like, I am the best 135 pounder. Damn, man. Like, it's not even like I do some amazing shit. So I'm excited to show that stuff. But seeing these people and sharing the mats, and it gives you inspiration, man. Seeing where I'm at, and then seeing where, like, all these other people that are praised for being where they're at.
Yeah, that's
It's like,
awesome. You're a little bit under the radar compared to some of the UFC guys, but man,
yeah, I'm way under the radar, but you should see what I do, man. I don't. We don't speak about it on the air. Once we cut this, you know what I mean? I do people filthy, man. I do nasty shit, especially in grappling and like, man, I'm doing stuff that's so next level, man. Like $50,000 bonuses every, almost all the moves that I hit. So I'm trying to go show that this fight,
yeah,
and fire meet fire, like guy that's respected, good, Like he beat Peter Yan, who was just a UFC champion, and then wait to see what I do to this guy. You know what I mean? These two dudes fought for 10 rounds in the Russian ACB, I think, and they fought for the 135-pound belt twice. Back like within 4 fights from each other, I think. Like fought them, had a couple other fights, fought again, and they both went to decision. Both were wars, and I'm thinking, and each one of the guys won one. So I'm like, man, no war, I'm fighting this dangerous guy. Like Rufian Stotts only fought him for 3 rounds, I
right.
got this guy that's supposed to be dangerous, this mean ass motherfucker for 5 rounds. Like, you know what I mean? Sign me up, put my name on it, and I'll be there. December 9th, you know what I mean? No matter what. And I'll be on weight, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what I got to do. Like, that's the shit that gets me up. Forget the implications of the million and the money and all the other shit. Like, sign me up. I got a chance to prove that I'm better than this, specific person. The guy that just fought Peter Yan, you know what I mean? The guy that Peter Yan's ranked like, I think I'm number 12 in the world or something. That dude's up there at like number 3, you know what I mean, or something.
Yeah, I've
Like I
loved
want,
since I met you, man. Like you've always been like looking at the rankings and climbing up the rankings. I'm so happy that like you started like walking up the New York rankings, and now you're like walking up the world rankings. And someday you made it to the top of New York rankings, you make it up to the top of the world rankings, and
oh
it's
yeah, I'm on my way,
fulfilling for me to
bro.
watch you do that, man. Like it fills me with joy because I know how much like how excited you are every time you move up the ladder, man. That makes me so happy inside every
Yeah,
time I see you post that shit.
it's a good man. It's a good experience, man. I mean, it's wild to be, on the ride that I'm on. So it's just crazy to think, like obviously knowing you for so long, and then each small advancements to big ones. It's like
Yeah.
advancing, but it's just so many, so many fights. Obviously, it being 28 now, but I'm just thinking, if I could have done it any better, it would have been I could be 17-0, and I'm very close to that. Not a lot of people really see that. The one fight I had taught me a lot of lessons. I think it actually is going to help me in these fights coming forth. But I'm, I'm very close to just being 17-0, and there would be no debate about how great I am. You know what I mean? So it's like that one asterisk. I think it like worked against me in a sense for a little while, but I think it's helping me like rebuild, helping me work harder, helping me like it keeps a very big chip on my shoulder. Like I'm kind of glad that I have the experience I have through the world title fight because I think it's gonna allow me to like learn even more going forward and be able to win like these next 5 round fights, all the way till I get this title, all the way till I get, a win over Sergio. And then I could defend, man. I'm trying to be the reigning Bellator world champion.
Yeah, like that's so crazy. We have such a different view of that fight. Like I thought it was like so close that you should have won that fight, and then you dominated him on the ground and you showed how tough you are, man. You ate some serious body shots and you're like, nah, whatever. You just kept going forward. I think that fight of all the fights you've ever had show how tough you are. I've never like
Yeah, man, it's good, you know, and it showed me also how stubborn I am because I just decided to walk forward instead of game planning and cutting angles and moving my feet and doing things smarter instead of harder. But the same thing that won me a lot of fights, you know, allowed me to put myself in a position to then be behind. Not really lose, but just kind of fall behind, you know, get outpointed. Because if you think about it, I probably won the first 9, 10 minutes of that fight. And then I also probably won 2 minutes of each round, or, you know, a minute and a half. So I probably won about 15, 16 minutes of a world title fight, you know? I
yeah.
mean, 14, 15 minutes. That's, you know, 14, 15 out of 25 minutes, you know, and I'm not declared the winner. So I need more fight IQ, you know, I need more patience. I need more understanding. Okay, if I can't finish things, I took a lot more than people see from it, you know. Okay, if I can't finish things, I need to be able to understand how to win. You need to understand how to win rounds. If you know, I know how to put people out, I know how to hurt people, but I need to also know how to win. And when it comes down to it, being a competitor, that's what Henry Cejudo did very well. Daniel Cormier, you know, John Jones, even these guys know how to win, you know. And fuck, that's all that matters at the end of the day when you know, you're looking at records. You know, you still have that one. A loss is still a loss, if I could put it like that. You know.
That's true, but that loss is gonna make you a world champion.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, that loss right there, if it didn't happen, would I just would have been world champion. So,
I mean,
but
a
this
long
one,
time world champion. Like this is
yeah,
gonna
this
turn
one
you.
specifically is gonna make me a millionaire,
Yeah,
and it's gonna help me become. It's gonna help me become a millionaire, help me become a world champion, and also, you know, help me in my future fights, like you said. But it was a good, you know, it was a good experience, and man, that was one of my favorite fights. You know what I mean? Shit, I like that fight. Even like I watched that fight a lot. Just looking back on it, because I'm young, a lot younger. I watch a lot of my fights a lot, you know.
yeah.
But that one right there, and then I like to see the progression, you know, because then I had to see like Albert Morales, James Gallagher, and Kyoji Horiguchi. I have like almost I don't know the exact time, but it's like extreme amount of cage time from those three fights right there. So I got to learn a lot about myself because there were two third-round finishes and then a 5-round fight. So I got a lot of rounds and a lot of experience in there at a live time. And I feel like the Horiguchi fight was like me getting very, you know, putting everything together. And now this one's gonna be me like this is Patchy Mix like fucking 20.0, you know. I'm uh I'm dialed in, I'm focused. Um shit, and I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm doing everything right to the T for the first time in my career, you know what I mean, that I could say, you know, I've I mean, I've trained hard and I've stuck my nose to the ground and always trained, but I'm doing everything to the T. You know, I'm not cutting no corners here. You know, this is $1 million and I'm not wasting it. You know what I mean? They told me I just needed an opportunity. That I've been pleading this case for, you know, I don't know, to my family and, you know, my mom asking me if this is what I want to do or, you know, just like parents, you know what I mean? Like I'm very successful, but like, you know, is it making sure I'm happy? Is this my dream? And like I just been waiting for an opportunity, and like this is the opportunity, man. I really truly believe that I've earned throughout like all these years of not getting too much from MMA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
even just a few years ago, you were just on this podcast and you just said, "Just give me a chance, give me a chance, give me that $1 million tournament," and now you got it.
yeah, man. I did so much. 7.5 years, one loss. I mean, like not even more than 7.5 years. Probably 8 years, 8.5 years now. Because I'm 29. I started when I was about 20, 21. That's when I made my debut. So I'm thinking, man, it's just like such a long time waiting, and now I have an opportunity. And like this is fucking everything, you know? Like $1 million, a world title. They got confetti that flies out the damn air. Like shit, man. You're like, why are you so cut up and you're so big? I'm like, motherfucker, I've been working hard. I've been working out. Like I'm telling you, dude, if you roll with me now, people would understand what I'm talking about. I'm like way better. Like I understand concepts and shit, and like my whole game of passing guard and stuff, man. I'm uh, I'm leveling up, and I'm drilling, and I'm leveling up. I realize, man, like I don't just walk on the mat and just like hop in there no more. You know, I
Hmm.
go through, I hop on the mat, I do my whole damn warm up routine, whatever I gotta do, and then I get to work, and then I don't stop working till like I'm talking. I roll like 5 rounds after I'm done, just for fun. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I'll just do an extra, like how I used to roll with you out there. That's what I'm doing out here at the highest level. I'll do a pro practice, then I'll do pads, then I'll go roll 5 rounds. And I'm not overworking, or I'm working till I get satisfied. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not working till I can't wake up in the morning. I'm working just enough to the point where, like, my workload's just more than everyone else's. You know what I mean?
Well, you need to
Like,
do that to put that pace on that you put on. That pace is one of your best
yeah,
weapons.
yeah, that's one of the things. So that I need this workload. I need to be able to go. That's why I do so many rounds. And like my rounds are efficient rounds. They're not just like go out there and expend my energy like shooting, or like some rounds I focused on collar ties and like small movements. You know what I mean? And like my defense and my bottom game, and all sorts of stuff. I work from all areas. I'm very improving, like in the aspect of mixed martial arts grappling. Being able to strike while grapple. Um, and I'm learning, man. I feel like a student right now.
Yeah, that's every time I roll with you, I pick something up. I've been teaching all my students a whole bunch of stuff. I always teach them the Pat Mix series too. Everything you ever show me, and like all the stuff I pick up rolling with you, and even like a lot of times I don't even show stuff, but just rolling with you, I learned so much because every time you come in, you have like the aspects of your game that you're really good at. You have even tighter, and you come in with a whole new set of skills too, and like I get to see it like every 6 or 8 months I roll at you and I see how much improved your game is. And like every time you're a different kind of fighter. You're not even like the same kind of grappler. And that's really hard to do for people that don't understand. Your game is ever evolving.
Yeah, I'm evolving, man. If you look at my submissions, it's like I think before the Horiguchi, my last 10 fights before my 10 wins prior to that were all submissions, and they were never the same submission in a row. It
Even
was
your
always a different
movement and
one.
your passing style changes. It's so different than most other people.
Yeah, right now I got a whole different game. I've learned how to like pass guard so well. Like my coach started, because I used to always jump over the guard and like do the lazy man towards it, or like guillotine, and then I'm around guard or body lock, and I don't have to worry about guard. If you think about it, I don't end up in guard a lot because I always advance on my way down of takedowns, or I always catch the front headlock or stuff like that. So those are the way that I advance through grappling. But now I've been working on like the Islam Makachev, the like the shoulder pressure, kind of how he did Drew Dober,
Yeah.
high passing, double underhook passing. I went to that JT Torres seminar. He had such good passing. I'm trying to take anything from anyone, man. I'm a student out here, so like like I said, my coach Harry, we spent probably an hour and a half drilling all the stuff like today, just like on top of everything. You know what I mean? It's like an
That
8-hour work day right now, man.
that's great. That's what you need to do to be a millionaire, man. Is Art gonna make it out for the fight?
I might go there and watch it, of course. I'm still close with everyone. They're all still my family. Everyone,
Yeah.
Dennis, Art, John. I hold everyone close, and Art wasn't in Hawaii, but I had my whole damn team there. So
Yeah.
like Dennis, Don, Harry,
Art
my
couldn't get
coach
in
Nate.
Hawaii, right?
Pardon? Yeah, Art didn't go to Hawaii.
Because
I don't think he.
you have to get, don't you need the vaccine to get into Hawaii?
Yeah, vaccination stuff, but he just wasn't there for that one.
Yeah.
This one coming forth, we'll see. But I also have my coach Nate. He's like my pad holder. He's like a real good coach of mine too. So like, it's like a new addition I had in my game. I never had a pad holder for the Gallagher fight, the Albert Morales fight. When I first moved here to Extreme, so like that was hard for me to get like my striking in. So now I've been working with Nate for the Horiguchi fight. That's why I look so much better on my feet, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I had the more rep simulations, especially going out there and being live.
I like it, man. Anytime you pick up your stand up is great, and your teep is, man, on fire. You're so tall for 35
And
too.
I think I got to answer this Bellator call real quick, man.
All right.
All right, one second. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my bad. I thought
Oh
I
no
just
worries.
want to make. I got a video shoot coming on Friday, so I have to make sure that I'm listed for it.
Damn, if they're gonna give you
Yeah.
$1 million, dude, you better do whatever they say.
Yeah, no, I got to make sure I answer their call because they're sending a team to shoot us for like
Cool.
kind of like countdown stuff for it. So I
Yeah.
have to make sure. Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it while we're on the air.
Oh no worries. I'll just edit that
Like,
out. There's no
cut that
problem.
out, caveman. Cut that
Yeah.
out, man. Thank you, man.
I have the team do that for me.
You're the man, bro. But no, I just wanted to chop it up, talk about training, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
We gotta give a huge shout out to Saul though. Before we got here, we do that every time too.
yeah, man. Big shout out to Alex, Daniel De Jesus. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go in order. Daniel De Jesus, Jeffrey, Micaiah, but then also Alex, my boy.
Yeah,
He
dude, that
comes
was a kind of a bullshit draw, man. Like,
bullshit draw. We thought he won it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I wish I was there to see it. If I wasn't working so damn hard, I would be at home to watch him. He's like, I love him to death. And I've been FaceTiming Solomon like throughout the weeks and stuff. Solomon and me have gotten real close over the last couple. I don't even know. We've always been real tight, but I don't know why we always weren't close like we are now. We're very, very close right now. So it was good to see him. So happy to see him win, and the way he won was awesome. I knew he
yeah,
was gonna win, but I just to see him shine. I hope he gets a shot. I hope they call him for the UFC, and out of all the people, I think he deserves it.
yeah. He
He
definitely
should
got
be the guy
boned
out
in
of.
that fight too.
Yeah, he got a big chip on his shoulder. I think he'll do well. So, and he's coming down to 55. So, big love to Sal, man. I got mad love for Sal. So, I'll
Yeah,
probably call him after I talk to you.
all right, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, and best of luck. I know you don't need luck. Oh, well, hopefully your guy makes weight and the fight happens. Like that's the only luck you need. You make your own luck in the cage for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate you having me on. It's always nice just to talk, chat it up, man. It
Well,
really is.
it's always good to hear from you, dude. I love you to death, and you're a huge inspiration to me. I know I say that every time, and it sounds like bullshit, but like,
Hey, man, I'm just a normal guy, bro.
yeah.
Mad love, dog. Always.
I've always wanted to see someone come out of Buffalo and make it big, like and like really rep the area still, and not just like leave and say you're from top team or wherever you're from. Like it's nice to
Yeah,
see you
yeah.
representing Pat always.
Yeah, I'm representing, man, always, man. And when I win this $1 million, win the Bellator tournament, become the best 135 pounder there's ever was to do it, I'm just kidding. But
Why are you
no,
kidding?
I
That
appreciate
that could be true,
I
man. Like,
nah, I'm fucking with you. But no, I appreciate it, man. Always, man. We'll get this out, and I look forward to sharing it with the people in Buffalo.
all right,
Just
thank you
some
very much,
insight
man.
about the fight.
Have a great day.
You too, brother.
Caveman's Corner, we're out.